I've got a pile of magic mail I've been dying to open. I've got some pin trades, some vintage, some international vintage. Hurry back.
Just an 80s boy and a 90s teen, going on all things Disney, from mouse to parks and in between. Come share the magic with me. La 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 la. Live your life to a Disney tune. Come and share Jake's Disney Afternoon.
Hey Disney Afternoon gang, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jake. If you're returning here, thanks for coming back. And if you're new, I do all kinds of Disney content, including subscription boxes, hauls, swaps, vintage, and today I've got a pile of magic mail. So if any of that interests you, you're going to want to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next adventure. All right, gang, it's been a little bit since I've done magic mail. I sort of never can wait to open it up, so I always theme it into other things. But I have this pile, some trades, some pickups, some vintage that's just been kind of gathering dust. I want to get it open. I've been dying to look at it. So let's open it together. All right, so the first thing I have here is, this is from Jillian. She and I did a trade. She saw my Burlington haul and messaged about an item and asked if we could do a trade. And I was like, of course we could do a trade. So let's get the card open. Please do not read on camera. Well, we are not going to read this on camera. I will read it later to myself. Let's see what I traded for it, because I kind of vaguely remember. She sent me some really cool options. Two things. Jillian, we traded for one. All right, so I've got two little packages here wrapped up in some Disney paper. So let's see if I can get these open and show you what I've got. Okay, because honestly I can't remember what I exactly traded. Okay, I think this is the one I actually requested. So cool. This is, we've got, Lumiere. Of course, we know Lumiere is one of my absolute favorites. And this, I love the colors on this pin. This is the library. Yeah, this is a great pin. I forget the series this is from, but yeah. That's the one I traded for sure. Very cool pin. That's going to go in my Beauty and the Beast section. And now this one, which is a sneaky little surprise. Let's see if we can get it open here. Here we go. Oh, look. She sent the matching Cogsworth. I assume this is from, I'm pretty sure this is from the same series. Thank you. These will go awesome together on in my Beauty and the Beast section. In fact, as soon as this video is done, I'm actually reorganizing my pin boards. I got a new pin board. As you can see, this one's getting filled up quite a bit. But really happy to have both of these. Thank you for doing the trade. I hope you enjoy what I sent you. And maybe we'll do more trades in the future. All right, next is a pickup. This is from Two Tiny Wings. They were in a Disney, what is it called? Not a Character Warehouse, Outlet Center. That's what it's called. And one weekend, and they were doing some pickups. There were a couple of pins that I wanted. So they sent this card over. Of course, we know I love these story sketches. So we've got Ka and Shere Khan, two of my favorites from the Jungle Book. It says, Dear Jake, thanks again for trusting us to pick up some Disney magic for you. Enjoy your pins at Two Tiny Wings. So thank you all for picking this up for me. Of course, y'all are amazing. If you don't know their channel, I'm going to leave it linked down below. In addition to picking up some things occasionally, they do some really awesome content. So you're going to want to check them out. So here are the two things that I ordered. Okay, so this one is the All-Star Robin Hood pin. feel like, did I just get this also somewhere else? I'm at that place in my collecting and filming where I'm like double buying sometimes, but regardless, I really love this sort of sports card series. And of course, Robin Hood is one of the collections I'm dying to step up. So this is going to go to that end. And then the second pin I got picked up from them was the limited edition 25th anniversary of a Goofy movie. One of the best movies ever made. I don't know what the limited edition size on this is. So these were $14.99, not like a huge markdown, but look, I'll take any sale I can get. So limited edition of, oh, 5,000. Okay, so not too bad. But I love a Goofy movie. You know, it sort of stepped out of the fairy tale box, but the music, the soundtrack. Comment down below if you're into the Goofy movie soundtrack. Which is your favorite song? I mean, After Today is probably my favorite song. But you know what? I love every single one on there. So, Allie, thank you for picking these up for me. Much appreciated. Those are going to go on my board. Again, reorganizing the pin boards as soon as I am done with the vid. All right, so I don't remember. Let's see, this one. Okay, so if you remember, I did a pin haul just, I don't know, a week ago or so, and I had said that LOUISA over at Loose Ruby had picked up some things for me, a pin for me down in Disney World when she was there. In fact, she went back to the store after she had picked up our friend Lauren one. That's how awesome she is. And I couldn't find the package. LOUISA, I found it. So I'm going to open it proper on camera. Tape everywhere. So she sent a card from the Coca-Cola store. That's so cool. It says, hello friend, here is your Rocketeer pin straight from Pin Traders in Disney Springs. Glad I could pick up something for you when I was on my trip. Have a magical day, Louisa Ruby. She's just awesome for being even willing to go back. So I showed a picture of this, but let's show it in person. I'm excited to have it in person. So I think now this completes the entirety of the Rocketeer pin collection, all of 2. I have them both now. There are probably a few fantasy and other pins out there, but I love the Rocketeer. I think it's such an underrated film. So this is the pin that she got me. We've got like that Art Deco style on the card, which is so cool. And this is like a 3D, like molded, it's rounded. Classic helmet of the Rocketeer. Great, great, great film. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Do yourself a favor. Good family film. And then, while we're on the subject of LOUISA, she went to her local thrift store again, which you'll probably remember I did a video not too long ago. I'll link all of those down below if you missed them, where she picked up some other vintage items. That one kind of happened by accident, that she was there, and then we ended up, some of us in a chat ended up shopping from her, and then she intentionally went back for us at this really great place that's by her. So LOUISA, thank you again for being willing to do that. She's, oh, LOUISA, these are so good. Look at this. Look at that original artwork from Beauty and the Beast, one of my very favorite scenes. Notice like the more reliance on reds in there than the film ended up being more in like the blue and golds. But that's interesting, like that pink floor. And it says Beauty and the Beast 1991 visual development by Hans Bacher, acrylic, India ink, and marker. Wow. I have not seen that before. So thank you. That was a fun surprise. Jake, I am so proud of your restraint at the antique shopping trip. So I did not buy very much this time. Sometimes you're really inspired by what they have, and sometimes you're not. This just was one of those things. They had cool things, but I'm kind of trying to be restrained a little bit. But you have one mission now, to find out who the Kindles were and why they were in the 80s that you missed. So there was this, was it a record, LOUISA? I think a record called The Kindles, and they were like these like multicolored blobby things. I don't know. I love all things 80s. I truly do, but I do not remember that record or even like that brand name. So if you remember who they were, please comment down below and let us know. So the one thing I picked up, another record for my collection, we've got Lambert, the sheepish lion. Lambert is always trying to be a wild and woolly sheep. He's woolly and weepish, silly and sheepish, still the sheepish lion. I love this short little cartoon, which I think is from Make Mine Music or Melody Time. I can't really remember. But what I do remember is that in 1984, my parents bought a VCR player, and the first thing we taped was Dumbo off of The Wonderful World of Disney on TV, and I still have that VHS somewhere. But somewhere next on that tape, I think the next weekend or maybe even after that, because Dumbo's such a short film, was Lambert the Sheepish Lion, and I just absolutely loved the characters. I love the songs, the music. So this is like the read-along book that goes with it. And I don't know if I had this one as a kid, but certainly I remember and the wolf comes, and of course the lion learns to roar. It's a great like little short about like acceptance and, you know, being who you are, and I just love that. This is the one where the wolf goes over, whoa, 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 whoa. I never do it right, but that's how it sounds, and it's one of my favorite sounds of all time. Look, whoever owned this last colored it in. At least they did a pretty good job. Yeah. And then we've got the record there. So, awesome. LOUISA, thank you for doing that. This was worth it, even if it's the only thing I bought. Others bought things. You know, it was their day to shine. So, the last thing I got in this giant box is from my good friend Jennine over in the UK. I've mentioned Jennine before. Jennine collects Nurse, Mickey, and Minnie things. And but she's also a big fan. Jennine, just look at how like damaged this is. I'm sure everything in it is fine, but we just get annoyed when the post office can't get their act together. Anyway, Jennine is also a big fan of the 80s things, and so she has been a huge support to many of us 80s collectors in finding UK and also other European items, as sometimes people don't ship to the States, and so a lot of times I'll have things shipped to her, and she graciously sends them over, and then she ships things to me, and I ship them to her for her collection. Anyway, I'm going to link her Instagram down below. She's got an extensive, wonderful collection, but she is my Wuzzles extraordinaire finder. So, let's... Jennine. All right, so I always know about a lot of things, and then Jennine always throws in other things because she's just sneaky and wonderful like that. So the first thing in there is another of the Panini sticker albums, and this one, oh, look. This one has the poster partly completed. Now, I do have a completed poster in my collection, but this one happened to come with the full poster, and we've got, so there were these foil stickers you could get. We all know I love the Wuzzles. If you don't know, I have probably the largest collection in the world, multiple thousands of items in my collection of Wuzzles merchandise. I'll do a thing on that at some point. So this sticker book is sort of half full. Remember collecting these? Back in the day, they were kind of like, you know, trading card packs, and you could get the stickers and then mail away for some of them if you were missing them. I really love these Panini albums, and of course, I'm always glad to have another album in my collection. Thanks, Jennine. Oh, right, I think I remember this. So these were a series of comic magazines from the UK, and a lot of them featured different promos. And this one, I have several in the series that either had Wuzzles comics in it or Wuzzles promo merchandise in it. And this is advertising a free Panini Wuzzle sticker inside, which I'm pretty sure I knew was not in here. But, you know, just having the reference to it on the cover, that's the kind of collector I am as far as the Wuzzles go. Trying to put together a complete collection. This one, interesting, also does not have Wuzzle stuff in it, but there is some Wuzzles on the back. Look out for your Wuzzle sticker pack free in the next issue. So they were giving them away. I have one sealed. I have a couple of the other issues. There's Butterbear on the back. But these were a fun thing and not available in the States. So again, thankful for that in my collection. Okay, so this is so cool. And I don't know, do I have this, Jennine? I don't know. So this is, you know, they always sold the matching paper products and party items. So this is a tablecloth. And I'm going to say I don't have this. That's what I'm going to say. It's in really good condition in the package still. I've got multiple versions of multiple tablecloths in and out of the package. This I'm excited to add. I think most of the ones I do have are American. Yeah, so it's nice to have this in the collection. You know, the disappointing thing with some of these things in the collector's world, especially from stuff from the 80s, is, you know, this pose of the gang was used everywhere. So, you know, you don't get a lot of fresh artwork on some of these vintage items, but the fact that, you know, they repurpose them on multiple items is awesome. Oh, did I know about this? Okay, so this is a puzzle. And it's got Hoppo eating her cake because, you know, fat jokes for days. But it's kind of on this very thick card box thing. All the pieces are here. Beautiful artwork. I don't remember seeing this before. And then on the back, there's 4 in this series, and I actually don't have any of these puzzles. We've got Ellaroo, Bumbleion, Butterbear, and Hoppopotamus. And, you know, for as many thousands of items, literally, as I have in my collection, Wuzzles was one of those things that Disney licensed forever. They'd scale back on the rest of the Disney Afternoon merch, but Wuzzles, they let go crazy. And every time I turn around, there are new products that I do not have. So this is going in the collection. Jennine, thank you again. And then, boy, Jennine. Okay, so he's so ugly and so cute all at the same time. This is a fake Bumbleion. So these little fakies are definitely collector's items. I have multiple versions of fakies. This one I do not have. Jennine knows I love the fakies. There's a couple of orange ones, and then I think there's another one that's more in the yellow palette. But this sort of like faux pink, definitely a knockoff of the cartoon. This is probably the kind of thing that was like sold at like carnivals and things that would make kids think that they were winning prizes of like their favorite characters when they weren't quite. He's got like this little mole there. Oh, and maybe, oh, I wonder if these are like whisker dots and there were supposed to be 3 of them or something on each side, and over time they've fallen off. Super cute. He will go with my fakie collection eventually. And then let's see, she sent, you're not going to see this well, but I have a full collection of vintage pens, pencils, puzzles, markers, you name it. Then two more items. So despite the fact that the box was dented, everything seems to be wonderfully intact. So these are so cheesy and so 80s. These Dufex cards, which was this sort of process where they made the artwork metallic. They sold as postcards, they sold as mini posters, and now I'm discovering that they were sold in these like prepackaged mini frames at, you know, something like probably the equivalent of a Target or a Burlington or Harrods. Just kidding. Not fancy enough. So this is the first I have. I have no idea. The interesting thing about some of this stuff is I have no idea how many versions they made. Sometimes I like to believe that all 6 main characters were made in something like that. I've seen a Butterbear one, and maybe that's it, but that doesn't mean anything. So collecting is such an interesting hobby in that, you know, it's part detective and part historian and part like toy enthusiast. You know, the amount of catalogs I go through, just comparing notes, finding things. All right, I'm just getting this very last thing out of the package. Oh, what is this? All right, so two little things left apparently, and then will be, these are like stickers? I don't know where those, very tiny. It came in this little like plastic tubing. I'll do some research on, they remind me of the ones from Argentina, but yeah, I'm gonna have to do some research on that. Okay, the last item. This has been something I have been trying to track down for ages and ages and ages. I was bidding on it once, I failed. Jennine, didn't you try to bid on it once for me and you didn't get it either or something? I don't know. We've been after these since, who posted them? I forget. But this is a set of vintage Wuzzles soaps. Brand new, in the package, unused. Is it 6 soaps? Yeah, so we've got all the main characters, Moosel, Hippopotamus, Butterbear, Ellaroo, Rhinoki, and Bumbleion in this tray. I have been trying to get these. Soaps were kind of a big thing of in bath products in the UK more than they were here. Jennine has sent me several soaps, powdered, oh. So there they are. I'm not going to tip them too far out, but they actually smell okay still. You know, it's kind of like a generic, clean, fresh, soapy smell. And they feel, yeah, they're still intact. Huh. These are well preserved. Someday I am going to open up a Wuzzles museum, or the WUZZEUM as I call it, over on my Instagram. So if you'd like to check out my extensive collection, I'll leave that link down below. But I'd like to have a place where people could come and check out all of that stuff, plus maybe some other merch. That's one of my dreams down the way. Someday we'll get there. Anyway, what a great collection of magic mail. Thank you to everybody who traded and Park picked up and went shopping for me. You all are amazing. I'm going to leave those folks linked down below. Go check them out. Go give them a little bit of Disney love. Comment down below what your favorite item was from today's magic mail haul. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe if you are not part of the Disney Afternoon gang. And until the next Disney Afternoon.